Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We strapped in, full screen. Drop the link on Facebook. Got some action. Let's do it. Like the blunt. Could you turn that light off, please, for me, Secretary? Thank you, Secretary. I have a secretary now, just in case anybody listening. Thank you, Secretary. Hmm. So today's topic of discussion is Structure Deck EX, Core of the Salamander, and why I personally think this is the greatest structure deck to ever come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's check it out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So let's check it out. What up? You checking it out with me, son?
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. This is the B.E.S. Big Core MK3. This is the Trigon.
Dragon.
Trigon. It's like a dragon.
Let's dragon. A dragon.
A dragon, yeah. I don't even know why it gives me the option to buy another one when I already bought 3. They just want to take all my money. Alright, so we got this booted up. So I can see the comments if anybody comments. We're making ground with this YouTube channel on the road to 10 subscribers. Once I get my 10th subscriber, I'm doing a major giveaway. Huge. I'm going to give a quarter to a homeless bum. I'm going to find a dirty homeless bum outside and say, here's a quarter, man. And you can make that happen by being the 10th subscriber. So let's get it done, y'all. So we can start our next giveaway. Each giveaway is going to double and triple. We're going to have like $1 million giveaways eventually. You know, probably not. Anyways, this deck is good. Stop letting them tell you it's not good. Stop believing the hype. It's super good. It's super engine-y. You can throw it in anything. It's just all around fire, bro. And then don't sleep on this stuff. Like they basically gave you 2 separate decks in one structure deck. You have the B.E.S. deck, and then you have the Gradius deck. 2 totally separate decks. Neither one has any synergies with each other except for this card. The B.E.S. deck summon a bunch of these pop. The Gradius deck summon this 7 times. Go crazy. They're 2 totally different decks. They don't even run any of the same cards. The skill gives the deck this card. And that's the only card that Gradius runs that B.E.S. runs. You can technically build the entire Gradius deck without getting the structure deck, but you gotta use box chips. And I don't recommend using your box chips on Gradius. Yeah. But anyways, just looking real quick. Send Trigon equipped with a Delta Tri to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Delta Tree Trigon. So there's some shenanigans I was noticing with this ship. Here you can target an appropriate Union monster in your graveyard, equip it to this card. So you can equip this to this. You can equip this somehow. And then you hit him with this. And just that's crazy. Bro. Each ship has its own like unique thing going on. Like this has a card that there's a spell that if you here it is right here. The power capsule lets you basically trigger one of the effects, which seems like it's bad, but there's a lot of the times where this is just on your field. You can pop any monster you don't want, summon this from deck, and if this is in your hand, you know, you get to Target one speller, face-up speller trap on the field, destroy it. So this can pop a face-up speller trap or summon an option token. So just the versatility in that, the fact that you can do that, I think it's pretty cool. But enough of that. I'm gonna light this blunt, we'll play some replays, maybe narrate the replays a little bit, and then I'm gonna get to some deck building, dueling. I'm gonna hit people up on the Facebook because I want people to join this. I want the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling community to grow and flourish, and realize, you know, this isn't just some watered down version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or watered down Master Duel. This is a better version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably the best and most fun, engaging way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The back and forth is so dynamic. I would argue that besides the, you know, real person contact and all the trading and friend building and all that stuff you get with the real life card game, if you strip that away from it, this is the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! By far. By far. Real life is fun because you're traveling, you're going outside, you know, you guys are doing, you're raising canes and having duels after the tournament or whatever. Great. You know, real life friendship is awesome. But if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Just at its most fun, play Duel Links, bro. Play Duel Links. It's getting points. So we're not gonna go too far down that rabbit hole. Let's go to some replays. Favorite replays. So these are just some random replays I've collected. We're gonna watch them while I smoke this blunt and try to get my mind right. So this replay we have me versus Sword Soul versus I don't remember versus that. We're gonna watch this. Check out Babyface versus Barrico R. Let's do it. I forget how this went. Oh, I know exactly how this went. This replay is funny. So I think any deck can be good if you play the appropriate techs. The best techs in Duel Links right now: Droplet, Book of Eclipse, Cosmic, stuff like that. But in this duel, you'll get to see what how powerful these techs can be, and what people consider a bad deck. Because I don't consider this deck to be the best deck or broken. It's just really fun. But watch this. Pause. Look at this hand. Nibiru, Droplet, Imperm, Cosmic. There is no starters here, and I'm going first. I'm going first. This is a death sentence in the TCG. Almost. Not even. No, not true. This could work in real life Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, but watch how this plays out. So I almost hit the concede button. Instead, I just say, screw it, let's play it. He's on, you know, a Link Branch character. I thought he was playing Links for a sec, but he's actually playing Virtuous Bonds. So he goes Cosmic, which could have been a little bad, but he Cosmic hits my Cosmic, so the Cosmic did its job. Now he's gonna go skilling on up. He's going second, so he wants to push for lethal, but he just couldn't find it before it was too late. He had the right idea, but he didn't see the Nibiru coming. So we imperm this because we don't want him. We want him to play into Nibiru, so we want him to commit another monster, commit that fourth monster, and then potentially commit that fifth monster, so we can just wait. So he grabs Moye, reveals the long wand. Gets to sinking, gets to thinking. Summons this beautiful Dragite. Now the Dragite is good, because this could be like, you know, a Mirror Force or something stupid like that. So the Dragite actually makes a lot of sense. He's shooting it backwards. So Dragite's here. Gets a draw off Moye, reveals the long wand, summons, and gets his token, right? I don't want him to do anything else. The Nibiru's coming down. You don't need to do any summoning rank 10s and then possibly bringing it back with the dumb spell, even though the dumb spell's in the grave. Wasn't thinking about that. Was just thinking, you're not burning me, you're not doing anything. Here's a fatty for you. He's already committed everything. The Nibiru just wins. Nibiru won me the game though. Like, the Imperm was nice. You know, the Cosmic, deflected attention away from the Imperm. And then the Nibiru just cleared him up. Haven't seen a single B.E.S or Gradius card. Now watch my draw. The draw is cracked. Mind you, it's not some luck of the draw that we drew this. We're playing 3. So with 3 of these, needing to search this or this. So I could have drew this, this technically, or this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 possible draws that would have got me where I needed to be. And I think these actually, if my brain works, could have got me there too. Something like that. Because I automatically get the field spell from the skill. Activate the field spell to get the rush. The rush searches any monster. Another thing about my list, I'm not trying to say I'm a genius or I'm playing it correctly, but I'm playing multiple rush because you can send one through the skill if you don't get this. Like, you can get this, activate, send this through the skill to get you whatever you need, right? So that's the plan with that. Hit play. So that's what we do. We activate this. When we have this sprayed, grabs the quarter, send that, grab the metal guy, and he already knows what time it is. He already knows what time it is. He's not trying to get turned into a replay. He sees. Now watch this. I forget how this duel goes, or even if I even won, but it's definitely here. Flip a coin. Going second.
Yugi, let's see who's the real king.
Oh boy.
We both give our best. We'll have nothing to regret.
Duel.
Here I go. My turn. Here I go.
He's on Sky Strikers. I can't remember what happened to this duel, but let's check it out. B.E.S versus Striker.
A continuous spell.
Oh, I do remember what happens. I Nibiru him, but I just won.
My monster's effect activates. All right.
This might be a replay I uploaded to my Facebook group already.
Now's the time. I link summon a monster.
Let's see.
My monster's effect.
Yeah, this is already on the Facebook group.
I special summon a
Let's fast forward. Long story short, Nibiru is so good. Nibiru is especially good in this deck because the skill gives us the card, and we can pop it off our field. If we don't use it, we can pop it from our hand to give us another bottom. So I like Nibiru in this deck. I like Nibiru because it just wins games. It's not always good, but when it isn't good, in this deck in particular, like I said, you can pop it off to get a summon. Potentially grabbing you your Gradius or whichever you need, your Vic Viper. Vic Viper actually won me this game. Vic Viper put him straight pain. Make IP Unicorn to get rid of none of the background chains, snatches my monster, and then linkages into a Kagari, grabbing and engage. Now at this point you gotta be thinking, as the Sky Striker player, you're like, I'm big chilling. There's no way this Gradius crap is pushing through. Got the Kagari can oh wait, there is no Ray engraved. So maybe he's crying and scared. Maybe, he's just hoping because he doesn't have a Ray engraved, so that Kagari does not float. There's only 2 bodies to run through. And run through them we do. I summoned the moon because I didn't have any other Link 2 I wanted to waste. IP was already in the grave. And even though I couldn't point to one of these and take, that could be a potential option in the future, especially going into a board like this. Oh boy. Checking my phone real quick. See if I get some people from the Duel Links International Duelist page on Facebook with 42.5 thousand members. That's a lot of members, guys. Got a lot of comments here. Oh yeah, let's do that now too. So I finally got enough box chips to spend on something. And my first thought was to get this to complete the Blue Eyes deck. But I don't plan on playing Blue Eyes, like, at all in the near future. So I'll probably just avoid it. I kind of like this card. But again, unnecessary. There's mad decent cards here. I think the guy says sort by something listed. Oh yeah. So yeah, which box do I not want to go into? So honestly, I might go into this box because it has this, it has the Lightsworn stuff. Even though I can get it off the box chips now, like this. Yeah, so I'd never touch these boxes, honestly. But if I was gonna go through this box, these are in the same box. All of this is in that box. I'd get like all this stuff, including this. But let's take a quick learn through one more time. Because I kind of wanted the Deep Sea Diva to make an Ice Jade deck, but I don't think I need Diva. I don't even know if Diva's good in that. Like, I've seen builds play Diva, I've seen builds not. I kind of want the Kinko Bayou. Now, this I actually really want. This is the only thing slowing me down from getting the parkour. Because I want the Kinko Bayou so I can play this shit over optimally. I feel like this is the optimal duel. Because doing this in the mirror just ensures you don't die. Hold on. Yeah. You see how that shit work, man? You see how I get up and check every time?
Which is crazy because the last, it's crazy because I was about to say the last 4 or 5 times I checked on her, she wasn't doing
She
shit.
wasn't in there.
She wasn't doing shit.
But then the one time,
And what she does is she waits.
you think, oh, maybe
She
she's
waits.
not in there, maybe I'm just
She
tripping.
tricks you.
No, she is in there. That's why I spaz out every single time, because I'm like, it doesn't matter. Eventually, she is going to be doing something. Oh my goodness. In the bathroom. Yesterday, she was just playing in the motherfucking toilet. Like, she was having a field day. And my dumb ass was sitting here like, oh, she's not doing shit. I'll check on her in a sec. No, she is doing something. She's playing in the toilet. So anyways, I kind of want to get this. This has a cool combo. I just like the art. I like everything about this card. But I want art 4. Also, I really want this card. Because I've been playing with one of these for the longest. And I've only been playing with one of the girl. Am I tripping? Is she not in here? No, she's not in here at all. There are no Link or XZs in this. Which is crazy. Alright. Talking is exhausting. gonna grab the hard board because I feel like I'm kind of transitioning out of playing Shadowbirds. Like if I really, really, really needed to win, I would play Shadowbirds. Like a winning match or something. But and I still would. But anyways, so we're gonna work on that later. So let's see what we got here. See if I got any comments. Like, subscribe, and comment. On the 10th subscriber, I will be doing a major giveaway. I'm gonna give 25 cents to a dirty homeless bum on the side of the road. It's gonna be awesome. You can be the 10th subscriber. You can make that happen. So this is the list we're popping off with right now. 3 Metal Slave, the best card. 3 Derringer Core, the other best card. 3 Nibiru, the true best card. 3 of the Field Spell, the Field Spell is the best card. 3 of the Searchers, searching for best cards. Twice, technically, to the Searchers, one through the monster, and then you can skill it away to get the other. So this is actually the best card. And the Boss Rush, the best card. This stuff can be anything. Like, you don't need to play this. You kind of need to play this for the format, but let's say you're in the low tiers, you don't need to play that. You don't need anything but this. The extra deck completely doesn't matter. You're not touching the extra deck with this deck. Hardly at all. If you do, it's probably just to make like a Nightmare Phoenix or something. You really don't need to use the extra deck at all. And look, I cleared everything away and we're at a perfect 20. We're at a perfect 20 right here. You do play all these things. That's one thing I will say. Like, this card I think is a level up. You don't get it in the structure deck. But don't think because it's not in the structure deck that you absolutely are missing out if you're not playing it. There is a ton of these shitty B.E.S cards. There's this one I'm not playing. There's this one I'm also not playing. There's this one I'm not playing that I might start playing. The best one is this one because it actually has utility on the field. You can, not be struck by battle, which I think all of them say. But this one in particular lets you pop a spell or trap, which is good for getting rid of face down cards because this only gets rid of face up cards. It could be a spell or a trap, it could be whatever. This will pop it, but it won't touch any face downs. It has a thing against those. This right here will pop the face down, so I feel like if you're Mando playing any of these, you're playing this one. And you're also playing this one, the light one. This one says if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this. So this can bait out stuff if you draw it. It's not dead in hand. You don't have to use the field spell to summon it. It'll summon itself. Which can be useful. The same with this one. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card. So if your opponent controls more, you can have a monster, but if they control more, you can still special summon this. This one also has the banished back effect, which is probably the best effect out of all of them, honestly. Maybe even better than this spell or trap pop. This one says you can banish this card, shuffle all B.E.S monsters from your graveyard into the deck. So on your crackback, when you want to use this again, this should already be engraved. You banish it. You're shuffling everything, even copies of itself or this, from the graveyard back into the deck. This gets banished, but now you've just refilled your deck for this. So you're just pumping and dumping. You drop 5 with this guy. You shuffle back God knows how many with this, and then next turn you crack back. You drop 5, and you just pop it. This one is you can normal summon it if you control no monsters. They all basically say if you're lacking on the monster department, you can summon one of those. So they're not dead in hand. They also are all can't be destroyed by battle while they have the counters on them, and they have bonus effects that really don't matter except for this guy. This one is pretty much a glorified version of this one. It's level 4. If your opponent controls a monster, oh wait, not even this one. It's like this one. You can special summon this. You can literally probably just run 2 of these. I like running the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different names. So when I summon him, I'm getting the full value plus the 6 with this, and I'm not dumping any of these. Because you can dump this with this, but it doesn't feel right dumping in your other best monster. Because he can't summon himself from the grave, but he can summon all these. Yeah, that's enough of that. That's crazy. So it looks like I will not be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to see something crazy, man? You know what that means? It means I'm not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Till 12:30 midnight. Maintenance 10:04.
Oh. Damn, looks like you better play some chess or something. Damn.
Stream over. Well, we're taking a break because I forgot about that. There is maintenance. We should be getting a new box hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully when this maintenance is over. But when the maintenance is over, the event, the Tiger Girl event, will be over, and we'll be going into some other event. And hopefully the new box is here. If the new box is here, I'm gonna reopen this stream back up and try to get some views on it that way. Are you sure you want to close the app? Unfortunately, yes. So this was the worst rookie mistake a streamer probably ever made. Uh, freaking what's what I'm looking for? Forgetting the maintenance. I forgot all about the maintenance. That's how you know my schedule is not built for this. Duel Links Meta. I stream when I can, when there's a little bit of calm going on. Yeah, let's see. Tier list. So instead of crying about the maintenance, let's go to the Duel Links meta site and maybe put you guys on game a little bit. I want to put you guys on game, okay? About this game we play here. So you guys, a lot of you, you know, you're really smart guys. You don't have all day to be playing this shit, so you know you're having fun. But if you want to know how to get good and get real good, you're gonna have to study the meta, which means you gotta know, which means you gotta read the card. Pick up the card, read it. I know this isn't real life Yu-Gi-Oh, but look at the card, read it. And this is our tier list right now. Blue Eyes, Shinobi, Dragons, Chimeras, Shaddols, and Sorcerer. So let's read some of this and break down this meta. See if we can spot some weaknesses that I think a lot of you are missing out on. So let's go here. First things first, we're gonna read the skill. Masters with Eyes of Blue. I wish this would go away. Hold on. You can use this skill's first and second effect once per duel if your deck contains a total of 15 or more Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, or cards that mention it. Reveal one Blue Eyes monster from your hand and add one Blue Eyes White Dragon and another card that mentions it from your deck to the hand. Then send one Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Blackluster Touch from outside your deck, to the graveyard. If you control a Blue Eyes monster and only your opponent controls a monster, or only your opponent controls a monster, set one spell or trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. This card can be activated the same turn. Why are we all crying to the Majesty? Well, it's because you're going first. Your opponent has monsters. Is it monsters or cards? Only your opponent controls monsters. So your opponent, meaning you, is controlling a monster. And this fatty is going to come out and say hi. Show up to 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, face up monster zone and or graveyard. Then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. You can banish this card from your graveyard to ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by attributing Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or field whose total level equals to that level. You can only do this once per turn. You only use each effect once per turn. So this stupid card, you're so happy. You summoned your freaking Dark Magician 1, 2, and 3 girl riding the dragon, and you're like, I'm good, chilling, bro. And then your opponent goes second. And then he sets this card. And then he activates this card and reveals Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And now your board is gone. And you're just sad. Or maybe he summons this and you're like, that's just a Kaiba man. I won't negate that. And then he summons the third Blue Eyes White Dragon he needed to make you cry. He activates the melody. He discards. He discards. Hopefully this. But probably one of these. But if he's really sad, some other stuff. In either way, he's popping all your cards. Stop losing to this. Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone should be at least at 2. At least at 2 in all of your decks this format. I don't like playing 3 because sometimes you draw 2 and sometimes you don't need them for the matchup. Let's say you're playing against like Guardian Angel, Dragon Girl. Sometimes you don't need Cosmic Cyclone. But for the simple fact that this card exists, for the simple fact that Shaddoll Schism exists, for the simple fact that people are setting Book of Eclipses and Forbidden Droplets and all kinds of things that are going to make you cry, you have to play something in your main deck that just simply deals with back row. Even if your engine can deal with back row on its own, you're not getting there. You're not getting to the engine. The Majesty is saying no. The Book of Eclipse is saying no. They use the skill. They set this. Then they use the other skill. Grab a Blue Eyes. Grab an Ultimate Fusion. We're popping you twice. We're popping you twice. And then we're banishing this, hopefully, to summon this dumb card, which you cannot target. Cannot be destroyed. It can change battle positions and make things 0. It inflicts piercing. He's a mean, screwed, scary card. So Cosmic Cyclone, this, and you make your opponent cry. They only have 1 potential pop left, potentially 2 to 3 interruptions. They're only interrupting you a few more times. Now this can come out and protect them. If a card in the field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard or hand. At the start of battle, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, bounce it. So at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target 1 card your opponent controls. You can't fight this thing. He's going to bounce you. He protects everything. This card is dumb diddy dumb dumb. He's a good dummy. So what ends up happening usually on this turn when they're going second is they set this up. They search this guy somehow, or they just have him, and they grab like this and this, or they're activating melodies. They're getting all the resources they need to bomb you. What happens if you Cosmic Cyclone this first and there's nothing to bomb? Now, when they're going second, they're going to crack into you regardless with this. So they say you set up your board. They activate, set this up. What do you do to avoid getting murked? What do you do? That's a good question. Whatever your deck does. You hope they only bomb 2 cards. If they go summon, if they go any trigger, you force it out so you can bomb them. So you can just take that hit and you just make yourself impervious to this. That's what you do. You make yourself impervious to the destruction, and then you make them cry. You have to negate this guy. But the most important part of going second against this deck is to snipe the back row. Don't even hit this. Don't even hit this because they're going to have this. This is going to hit the grave. It's going to attempt to destroy their board. You thought you were a big brain IQ guy. And then this says, hello, did you read me? And negates this card from destroying the entire board. Then it tags out into this goofy thing, or this most likely, or this, and this pees on you. Both of these, they make you cry. Don't cry. Just don't. Just pee on the blue eyes. Go second, smack them. Go first, make it not matter. Best you can. Do whatever your deck does. Because they only 34% are playing Valor. So some people are trying Valor. Everyone doesn't have Imperm. A lot of people aren't on mid. You know, you just mostly worry about these cards. And we'll talk about these cards later. But when we'll talk about this card, Cosmic It, they can't use the Grave Effect. Even if you don't have Cosmic Cyclones, MST, the Grave Effect will pop off, summoning this, or in some cases summoning this, and then you cry like, whoa. They summon this, bounce, shuffle all your stuff away, or return it to the hand, like, what? 3 monsters? Why? Why are you in this deck? But that's why you Cosmic. You don't want that Grave Effect to pop off. That Grave Effect pops off, there's another insurmountable object in your lane. Cosmic. Or return it to the hand. Or shuffle it back into the deck. But do it quick and don't waste your engine on it. Everything else is pretty much ass. See, their most common import is this, and like one of these and this. They want to style on you. This card can attack hella, it's big as fuck. But the most important part of this card is the freeness of using it and the pop that comes along with it. So it's essentially a pop into this. So it kind of feels like a plus for them because they're getting rid of one of your things and they're getting a big thing while also shuffling back resources. So that's why they only play one, but it's pretty good. Let's go back. Learn how to counter the meta guys. One more thing about this deck. Valor this guy. Veil this guy, hit this guy, make this guy cry, negates him. Don't let him get free blue eyes from the deck. This gets some free blue eyes. The skill gets some free blue eyes. This gets some freaking two. Two. You can kind of droll this deck, but not really. Droll doesn't do anything because they'd have to start with Bingo Machine or this, and then congratulations, you can only use one of these. That's her. But you already got it off of Rhoda or some shit. Because this special summons. And once you got two in rotation, and once you got one on the field, they're setting up this and they're making you cry. They're using the effect, they're searching one of these that they want. It's just bad. Blue Eyes best deck, for sure. Shinobird. What could I say about Shinobird? Understanding their choke points. So every Shinobird deck plays 3 of these because you want to draw this card. You do not always like you're gonna search it regardless, but you're gonna run through 2 to 3 of these in your first turn, just setting up. When you run through like you use one and then you need the other one to be in hand to actually have the combo completed. So you're going through two technically immediately. And this guy, people think you can just hit this guy, but he's not once per turn, and he's also dummy searchable through the skill, and he also searches, and they get 2 summons. So like this card is good. You could hit it. It'll probably stop them from grabbing like this or something, or whatever piece they're missing, because they're just looking for whatever pieces they're missing. They're gonna open a hand, see what they need to finish the hand. How do I get this set up on the field with these in hand, and then potentially a mono in hand or a deck just to be able to summon it, right? Oh, this has to be on field and the field spell, whatever. The field spell is just gonna be there eventually. So the number one choke point I think for this deck is this guy. Um, their inboards are always kind of different, or they not their inboard is different, but the inboard is the same. But how they get to the inboards kind of a little different sometimes. Sometimes you go this, summon this. Sometimes you go reveal skill, grab this. Sometimes you grab this. You're always grabbing what you don't have to finish. So they go this, summon this, and then they probably already skilled. They'll skill grab this guy, right? Activate skill grab these two, right? And then they'll go, activate normal summon effect, grab this, normal summon this with the additional normal. Now you get another normal. Then use field spell, tributing this off to summon this. Now this will get you a draw into whatever. This touches down. Use effect of this, tributing itself to grab like whatever you're missing, whatever your hand is missing. So this, or the a lot of people play this card for the go first combo. They'll grab this, and then whatever else you need, right? Probably the girl or this one of these three. So, and they probably most likely grab this because they want to grab that card. So you tribute these off, get that, and then use this effect, summon her. Now she's gonna grab this. Now she's gonna bounce to hand, and then this is gonna trigger. This is gonna trigger. They're gonna get the trap card. They're gonna get whatever they were missing from, you know, from already in their hand to hit you on your turn and make you cry, right? So what I like to do against them is hit the peacock, hit the shade peacock, like hit him with like an imperm or something, and now they're just stuck -2 because he had to leave the field in order to get the rest of the stuff they needed to continue popping off. So unless they just drew this, they're not getting it, which means they're not getting this. And if he doesn't go back to hand, which he won't because he's negated, they also won't get this. So you chop them off at the knees when you Veiler this. Sometimes they will make it unveilable. Sometimes they'll summon a mono first. Sometimes they'll start off this, or they'll go this, additional summon, this, and then start popping off. That's when Imperm becomes pretty godly. The Veiler becomes completely useless at that point. And you never really know that they'll do it, honestly. Because as you can see, they play it at 1 and 50%, 2 at 40%, and 3 at 9%. You know, I played 3 of this in my deck. Um, but a lot of people think it's better to play the 1. So if they're not getting to this, they're not stopping the Veiler on this guy. They're not stopping the Ghost Mourn, the Ghost Veil and Chill with this guy. But another super soft spot they have is this guy summons, and you can just negate him. Now you can't negate him with Veiler, and you most definitely can't negate him with Imperm because when he touches down, you're already going to have 2, 3 monsters on the field, and you're not going to be able to Imperm at that point unless you're going first, which great, yes, then you can Imperm him. And totally stops him from getting to a mono because the bounce is terrible, treacherous, it hurts, but the Amano finishes you. So you really, really don't want them to summon the Amano in a lot of decks. Unless you're in the mirror match, then you don't care. But Droplet is a super good card to stop this guy. You know? Droplet his ass. Book of Eclipse doesn't do much against this deck. If they went first and they set up their board, the Book of Eclipse isn't hurting them. They're gonna when are you gonna eclipse that it matters? Like you already got hosed for 3, and there's an Armando on the field. Now you eclipse, and it's like, all right, what are you gonna do now? You've already ran through stuff. Like you already, there's no way they're just gonna summon this, and you didn't have something on the field that you didn't want to get shuffled back. So that just screws you over. Another key weak point in this deck, and probably the biggest weak point in this deck, the number one weak point, hit them with the Cosmic, bro. I can't stress the Cosmic enough. Cosmic at 2 to 3 in every deck, no matter what, this format. Because you hit the stars align across the Milky Way. This card, reveal 1 ritual in your hand, add 1 ritual monster with the same level, different name from your deck to hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send 1 ritual spell from your hand to the graveyard. This effect becomes that card's effect. That ritual summons a monster when this card is activated. You can only do this once per turn. Blah, 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 blah. We all know what this does. They activate it as soon as your turn starts. They reveal, grab whatever other ritual they're missing. So if they have him, they'll grab her. If they have her, they'll grab him. Basically, so they can have the options. Do they want to hose your front row or do they want to hose your back row? Either way, you're getting hosed with summoning a mono, and you're going to cry. A lot of decks I see won't bounce the 3 monsters. Um, they'll bounce some random spell and traps you have because the Amano's stuck in the deck for whatever reason. So your monsters actually stick because summoning this won't let them summon a mono because he has to summon a mono from the hand. This has to summon a mono from the deck. So this also bounces spell and traps, bounces monsters. Yeah, you get that. Cosmic Cyclone. So they go first. They set up. If they're really good, they'll set up something I'll show you in a sec. But they set this up. They activated immediately. They always activated immediately. Um, just so they can have that reactionary. They can activate the ritual when they want type stuff, I guess. But they activate it as soon as your turn starts. You Cosmic Cyclone this guy, they will not be bouncing your stuff. There will be no Amanos. There's nothing further to worry about. What else do? They do nothing. Nothing. You just have to deal with what's on the board at that point. Which what's on the board will most likely be like a Dweller, or a Roach, or a King Gorgon, or an IP, or if you're obviously playing Spell and Trap type deck, or like if you're on Odeon or some shit, they might summon a Tornado Dragon. But it's just gonna be one real monster. Not to say that these monsters aren't a problem, but it's the second best deck for a reason. But that's their second best plays. Once you Cosmic Cycle the stars of Mars across the Milky Way, all they have is the Dweller. All they have is the this. All they have is the IP. IP cannot make Goddess with those tokens. She can make Unicorn with one of the tokens, but she can't make Goddess with the tokens. So you don't have to cry too much. This, if you, it will summon back from the banished. So that's one, two, three, can't use tokens, and four on your monster. So they won't be Goddess in you. You'll be safe from this. And yeah, the biggest threat they have, the biggest threat they have after you've done all that going first is the background, the Book of Eclipses and the droplets, right? So that's pretty much the choke point on this deck. They have the one monster plus whatever they drew, which they drew a lot. They drew a lot. They potentially just drew like 2 to 3 cards. And if they really popping off, they Kinko Bio summon to get this on board. And when they have this on board, then they just don't lose, and they get to crack back. They probably even summon a Shinado on your ass if you make a mistake and out this. So yeah, this deck gets spanked by Droll. So if you're really struggling against this and you just have Drolls, you should not be struggling against this. If you have 2 to 3 Droll and Lockbirds, this deck should be, you know, majority of the time free for you. Because you just cut them right off. Unless they're going second and they Shinado you. So that's why this is the second best deck. Enough on that. Dragons. Dragons. Now this deck makes me want to cry. Because it's the only deck that doesn't get spanked by the Cosmic. They do run Tidy, Imperm, Eclipse, and other spell and traps sometimes, but this is why I even say Cosmic is not a 3 of, it's like a 2 to 3, because this deck. This deck going first against them and opening Cosmic feels like trash. Because it is. And they're gonna summon Joan and they're gonna get to drawing cards and they're just gonna get to making you cry harder and harder and harder. They say this is the third best deck. It's a tier 2 deck, but I feel like in the right hands, this deck is a monster. It just makes you cry. Nibiru then. If you don't have Nibiru by now, I don't know what to tell you. You were in the wrong box. But Nibiru is out. You need to nib these guys. You need to nib them. You need to eclipse them. You need to try not to cry because they're just so good. They have the seal. They have the freaking dragon name, and they usually have this on board. When they're cracking back against you, they're ripping you to shreds. Ripping you to shreds. It's so consistent. It's so consistent. You summon Joan, you summon two of these, you make this summons whatever. You're dumping dragons left and right to the grave. You're graceful charitying to draw into more stuff. You're playing the dragon rulers in this stuff. Come on. Dragon mates. This thing is done. It's so good. It's the perfect deck. Everything about it is awesome. Um, yeah, I don't even know where their choke point is. Nibiru, Nibiru them. You definitely want to spank them the jump. So if you go first and you're lucky, let's look at the skill actually. If you go first, the skill needs Joan to pop off. So they can dump some cards and reveal some. Why I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna tell you what it does. They can reveal any of this stuff to grab a Joan, and then they normal summon a Joan without tribute, and then they activate Jones. I mean, they don't activate Joan. They activate the skill, summoning two of these, um, and giving you Graceful Charity and Stomping Destruction. The Stomping Destruction is gonna spank your back row and make you cry, and the Graceful Charity is gonna draw three, discard two. They're drawing into these type of cards, like cards that they can summon back. And then, so the Graceful Charity is just going plus crazy. They usually summon this. This is going to get whatever dragon they need from the deck. And then they're going to go into this through the, the chamber or the this or whatever the hell they do. And they summon this, make you cry, and then you go pee your pants like a little bitch. Stop being a little bitch. Play Droplet. Play Book of Eclipse. There's a reason you're seeing these cards in every deck. There's a reason you're seeing these in every top deck. Because they make this stuff cry. You don't want to get hit with a Heavenly Spears. It doesn't feel good. You don't want to get hit with this negate to summon this guy. It doesn't feel good. Draw Droplet. They make this board. You pee on them. And then they just lose. What do? They still have crackback. Let's be real. They still have the tidying, okay? They still have Book of Eclipses and Imperms and whatever not. They can still extend. They make this guy or something to just get to popping you. They make this guy a lot. They love making him. He protects their board and blah blah blah. This stops the Nibiru. So yeah, this stops Nib. So they try to go into this quickly to stop the Nib. So if they summon this through the Nib, you just screwed. Unless you have a Valor or a Moonlit Chill or an Imperm, something like that, to stop them from stopping you. Otherwise, that Nibiru in your hand is not doing anything. But you still probably should activate it just to get him off the board to summon this thing. And then this thing is a little bit less threatening than this guy. Trust me. You'd rather deal with this than this. So, with that being said, I'm not no expert on this deck. I know it spanks. Uh, but I know if you the biggest choke point is Book of Eclipse in this Joan here. You Book of Eclipse them at the right time, they suffer because they need zones to make more stuff. So if you put the Joan face down, they can't use the skill, and with them not being able to use the skill, they're not going to get the Graceful Charity, the Stamp of Destruction. They're not going to be able to get the two Luster Dragons on the field. Like everything hinges on Joan. So if you're able to pop this the second it pops up, pop it. If you're able to book this, book it. Negating its effect doesn't do jack shit. So Valor doesn't stop none of that. They can't stop that later, but once they're already doing this, they're too far down the line. They already have the Graceful, they already have the Stamp of Destruction. They're already going fucking crazy. So you gotta pop something that can just pop, pop, pop. As soon as you see this, You got your IP on the field. You IP Nightmare Unicorn. Get rid of this. Because this is their win button. Biggest weakness I can spot. Other than that, your staples. Your staples. Talk about the staples later. Chimera should all sword sword. How do I feel about these? Let's go to Chimera. Chimera has a bunch of different variants. Um, Essentially, what they're doing is they want to have these two in the grave, with this in the grave, with some other things in the grave, and then maybe this in grave and this on field, and maybe an IP or one of these. Usually not even one of these, just like their infields typically this engraved, this engraved, or this still attached to the Beatrice or whatever. Yeah, both of these engraved with a Beatrice on field and the pimp on a blimp on the field, this engraved, shit like that. The moral of the story is they want to floodgate you. They want to floodgate you with that card so you can't play your quick plays, or floodgate you with like the Anubis or some shit. That's the bare bones bit. But what's happening now in the evolution of this deck is people are mixing this engine into a lot of different stuff. So their inboards will be totally different. There'll be synchros. There'll be this, there'll be that, there'll be the third. The key takeaway, and I'm gonna be real quick on this deck because there's just too many variants, is this becomes Chimera on the field, this becomes Chimera on the field. These are Chimeras on field. When they're on the field, this puppies have negates. So negate a target, negate a monster effect. People slip on that part, so don't slip on that part. But the Beatrice being able to dump, 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 and then just get the summons back, they're floodgating you. So yeah, I don't know how to explain how to beat this deck. DD Crow sounds like a way. Effect Veiler feels good. But they probably just fusion. Effect Veiler on this feels good. The skill basically reveals any of these guys that mention Chimera to grab another one or some shit. Yeah, let's look at some list actually, because this deck just has various. Look at this first place 2 days ago. What is this? Community tournaments. Community tournaments that I'm not a part of because I don't know. I need to learn how to get into that type of stuff. Wow, his build was playing Snapdragon. This card sent to the graveyard, banish one random card from opponent's hand until the end of the game. That's so good. But look at that big brain man over here playing triple of the Berthomet, the most generic one. If he's Snapdragoning, that's kind of crazy. But this doesn't send a plant. Send Fiend, Illusion, Monster, or Beast. I have no idea how Snapdragon is getting involved. Oh, he's probably sending out Beatrice. There you have it, folks. Huge brain gameplay right there. Look at that list. Triple Cosmic. He got the memo. This is 2 days ago. First place. Triple Cosmic. Triple Cosmic. One Chalice. Two Imperms. Chalice is nice because it's like a droplet that you don't have to give up resources for. But it's also a droplet that targets. And, stuff that can't be targeted, getting smacked by droplet is good. But sometimes stuff can be targeted and you don't need to use a droplet on it. Let's look at another Chimera list. They're playing this thing, Bioshock. If this card is summoned, return all set cards to the hand. Damn, boy. That's pretty good. Triple Leaf. Not even bothering with the Cosmic. Not even bothering with the Cosmic. Got first place. Wolf Series 25th. Triple Droplet though. Triple Droplet. And two imperms. Get your staples, guys. Second place Wolf Series. So this is the second place list from that other first place. He wasn't playing Droplet. He was on Snapdragon though. Snapdragon. And these are tournament winners. So this is a few days ago. These guys are winning the tournament with illusions. So that just goes to show, like, I'm sitting here struggling to find a way to tell you how to counter this deck. And how do you counter this deck? It's winning the most. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking about this. Maybe if I go to a Blue Eyes play, just to show a bunch of first places too. But anyways, yeah, you're not beating Chimera. If you're new to this game and you're watching this and you're trying to see how do I beat Chimera, just know that you're not. And how many times do I have to flip this back button to go back? Oops. Going all the way back to the beginning of time. Alright. Shadows. If you're still struggling against Shadows, I don't know what to tell you. Cosmic Cyclone in the back row, and you won't have to struggle against them. Jeez. Shadows went from tier 1, now they're tier 3. And Shieldbird and Blue Eyes are tier 1. Noah and Kaiba are duking it out right now, with Rebecca bringing up the rear, Yugi, whoever, and whoever else in third. Sword Soul. This is another deck that can save your life. Cosmic can save your life. Because yes, they're mostly ending on Xing Xiao and Chen Ying, right? Sometimes maybe this going second more likely. But they're usually ending on these two, right? And then they have like this card as the backup. So if you Cosmic this, they don't have no backup. Now they might, depending on what you're playing, get some banishes now because you banish something. But if you don't have anything that will suffer from that, then you're fine. So you Cosmic this, it'll trigger this guy, he eats up your board, and now you only have to do it one negate because now he's used his effect. So now you only have to deal with the one monster negate and potential other problems. They do have other shenanigans they can do. Because I think this says when a monster goes inside, you special summon from the negate. If a monster is banished face up, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one life from hand or graveyard, blah, 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 blah. So if this is engraved, which they want it to be, they're going to try to summon this on you. Sometimes they'll summon this one, and they're both kind of good. This one tags out into Mirror Jade on your bitch ass, and then this one just gets them like pops or resources. So if you summon from extra deck, they can pop. If you summon from deck, they get a draw two. Never's gonna happen, right? It's not too broken. It's good. So you snipe their back row, which they play a lot, and then you deal with this guy. You try to force these guys out before you commit anything. You Nibiru them is an FTK. Um, Low key, yeah, you nib them and they just cry, bro. Get 3 Nibirus, Nibiru these people. Let's look at this list. A lot of people are on Book of Eclipse. I mean, Book of Moon now, low key. But my mouse isn't doing what it's supposed to do. What's she in there choking on? You hear me? Back like good crack. Yeah, so many collision make Mary Jane make your opponent cry. Let's see why. They got a second place. Looks like these are all called. Let's look at second place. Second place, he's on the Cosmics, he's on the Drops, he's on the Book of Moon. Yeah, they play this, and this, fun stuff. Galaxy package off of rank 8s because you're going to be summoning 8s. More than you would think. It's all good stuff. But yeah, we're sad, we're crying. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is down right now. I'm going through this meta. I just want to say one more final thing. You can beat all these decks with your doo-doo deck. If you're playing your stupid, trashy deck and you like it, it's cool. Just because your deck isn't on the tier list doesn't mean you can't get the king of games, doesn't mean you can't play, win, have fun. You can have fun. You play against a computer, you can have fun losing. But if you want to beat these guys right here, you want to whoop them, it can be done with anything. If you're coming back and you have a super old for hire deck or something, and you're trying to play Monarchs. You could play a Light Sworn. You could play anything. Just because your deck isn't up here doesn't mean you can't win. Play the text, beat the decks. That's what you do. And I'm done. I'm over it. I'm going to lay down and beat my meat a lot. Hit that right, Secretary. Go make me a sandwich now.
I quit.
No, you don't. Because you're a slave.